What is up, guys? Good morning. It's Stas here. Welcome to the February 26, 2021 morning update video where we're going to break down the futures market. And of course, we're also going to break down the top stocks I'm watching this morning. So sit back, relax. You guys know the drill. And let me clear my voice because, gosh, I haven't even drank any water yet this morning. But let's just get right into it. Starting off with the S&P futures, which at this point in time, they are looking pretty strong. I mean, the S&P futures, they are up almost 15 points. They're up 0.4% with about 50 minutes left to the market open. And what I'm seeing here on the 5-day, 5-minute is a temporary bottom. Is this the bottom for the S&P? It's probably not. It very well could be, but we don't know for sure. But what we do know for sure is it is a temporary bottom. I mean, ever since yesterday, 6 p.m.-ish, right, the futures market seems like it didn't want to go under 3,800. 3,800 held, which is a good sign considering a couple days ago, 3805 on the S&P index, that was the low. If you guys remember, what was that? Was that Tuesday? Yeah, excuse me, guys. That was on Tuesday. So the fact that we are holding 3,800 right now, we're actually pushing up even more. We're up almost 0.5% heading into the market open. That is a very good sign that maybe the S&P, it might rally. The markets might rally a bit even at market open and see a bit of a relief rally because yesterday was absolutely abysmal. The markets completely cratered, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a rally. But another thing could happen. Maybe we end up seeing a pop, which we already are seeing, and maybe we see this extended pop into the market open. We see a little spike at market open, and then all of a sudden, boom, the market could drop from there. That could also happen. We could just be seeing another bull trap forming here, which is why we have to be extremely, extremely careful today, especially it being Friday, with entering positions. So obviously I'm in positions. You guys know that. I call them out here on Patreon real time. I mean, I'm in a lot of positions, but today with existing, or shall I say with new positions, excuse me, gosh, guys, I'm not really looking to force anything today. So the futures are looking good. And another thing worth mentioning, let me redraw this. This 4-hour chart wedge is absolutely key. Take a look at what I'm looking at here. You guys can see this 3,800 point, like I said, is a big level. It looks like it's holding at a higher low right now. So maybe we do see that pop at market open. Who knows? And when it comes to the tech-heavy NASDAQ futures, the NASDAQ 100 futures, they are up 0.9%, up over 110 points, and we're seeing a relief rally as well. I mean, take a look here on the hourly chart. We hit a low at 12,660. When was that? That was overnight, it seems like, in the futures market. So we hit a lower low in the downtrend. Now we're seeing a bit of a relief rally, and we're not out of the woods yet. In fact, this very well could get rejected at 13,050, right under this 50 SMA on the hourly chart. That could easily happen pre-market or at the market open. Let's say we go with that first scenario, we see a pop, or was it the second scenario? Either way, if we see one of those scenarios where we end up popping up at market open and then dumping off right after, I mean, that would be okay. A lower high here for the NASDAQ 100, right around 13,050, and we could be going to hit the lows from earlier today again. Who knows? I mean, the downtrend could continue at the market open. And Dow futures, what else is new? They're not doing much. They're pretty much break even. We see silver's getting decimated today, so I might even add to my SLV position today. That might be a move I do make. And gold is down to the lower mid 1700s at this point in time. Well, now it's trading at 1765, but earlier it was at 1750. So what are your thoughts? Let me know down below. At this point in time, we're seeing a relief rally. It's looking pretty strong, and we'll see if it holds. I'm not 100% convinced it will hold, but we'll see how it goes down at the market open. And And now let's go over some stocks, guys. A lot of these recently reported earnings. Beyond Meat, we covered this yesterday. They reported earnings. They did EPS. Let me double check here and show you guys. They had a pretty decent report from what I remember. Let's take a look here. Where is their EPS? They lost 40 cents a share. I'm not sure how that compares to previous quarters or the estimates. And on an adjusted basis, they lost 34 cents per share with revenue of a little bit over $100 million. And the stock is up pre-market. A big reason why I want to talk about it. We are seeing a pop here pre-market. It's up over about actually $10 per share, and it seems like it held 145, 146. That was a big support I was looking at here for Beyond Meat. And now I think mid to high 150s is where we're going. I mean, we're already there pre-market. And I think if 156, 57 could break, I think we're going straight to the mid 160s. And who knows, that could happen today. Not saying it is for sure, but it could. Maybe even next week. I think Beyond Meat, when it comes to risk reward, I think this has a little bit more upside than it does downside. So watch out for the mid 150s break. 165, 170 could be coming there for Beyond Meat. And Rocket Companies, guys, I'm very, very happy with this one. If you guys remember, I called this out, of course, on Patreon when I got into it. This is Rocket Companies, RKT. I got into this one at $20.95. Held through some pain as it got down to the higher 19s, whatever. Held through some pain there. And now it's up almost into the mid-23s. So I'm up. Let me just take a look. It actually got down to the 18s. Wow, momentarily there. But from $20.95, my average cost, up to where it is now, I'm up about 10% on my position. So I'm very happy about that. They reported earnings yesterday. They did EPS of, I think it was $3 and, well, actually, no, not $3. $1.14 versus 87 cents. So they crushed EPS, and revenue also crushed. $4.7 billion versus $3.9 billion estimated, and I believe the guidance was strong as well. So Rocket is exploding, and honestly, guys, I might take some profits. I mean, I'm already up almost 10%. And my first sell target on Rocket Companies was around 24-ish, right? We were talking about the mid-20s as being one of my bigger targets. And the fact that we broke out of 23, I mean, that's a very bullish sign. So I might, just a little bit, lock a little bit of profits here on a Friday. Why not? I might. And of course, I'll let you guys know real time what I end up doing. I might even lock it in pre-market after I make this video. By the looks of it, it's already spiking up into the higher 23s now. So Rocket, I like it. There's momentum, but I think it is a bit overbought, which is why I want to lock in some profits. And then maybe we'll see. Maybe if it pulls back a bit, might add a little bit more to it. We will see how that plays out. Time will tell. And Cron, C-R-O-N, is a marijuana company, and I can use that word here on Patreon because we're not really censored here on Patreon, and we're not going to get demonetized for saying that. But on YouTube, on the flip side, I would get hit with a flag by just saying that M word, the marijuana word, and we'll see if that changes in the next couple of years. Who knows? But Kronos, they also just reported earnings, and I didn't really look at their earnings up until now. Okay, they missed EPS. That's why the stock's down a little bit here. EPS came in at 31 cents in the red. That's down, actually, from 17 cents year over year. That's kind of rough there. And sales came in at $17 million, which is up from $7 million year over year. So that's good. I mean, I'm not too concerned about the EPS. I'm looking more at the revenue as a big growth number, which is great. And it seems like FactSet, they had a consensus estimate of $13 million of revenue for this quarter, so they did 17. So that is great, and the stock is down. And it's overall, I mean, it's down about 40% from the $17 peak here on the 4-hour. So I think this, along with a lot of other MJ marijuana stocks, they are worth watching right now with the legalization process around different states. I mean, here in New Jersey, where I live, it just got legalized, so that's huge. So Kronos, this is on a nice dip. It hasn't fully confirmed the pop back up yet, but I'm seriously looking at this as a nice uptrend continuation play. Same with a couple other MJ stocks, guys. A lot of the technicals look the same. I mean, CGC, Canopy Growth, you guys know that one. What are some other ones here? Off the top of my head, I don't even remember. Planet 13 is one that a lot of people on YouTube talk about. I forget the ticker on that, but yeah, it's PLNHF, so watch out for that one. I am for sure as well today. DraftKings is another one that I'm watching. They report earnings today, or actually they already did report earnings. It was pre-market. Wow, I'm an idiot. I should have knew that because I thought it was aftermarket. But I guess that makes for good content because we could talk about it in this video. So they just did EPS. Let's double check this, guys. Let me see. Is it even on here? EPS, let's see here. We see the guidance. Okay, they did EPS of 24 cents in the red. They did revenue, $322 million in revenue, and the guidance here is decent. I mean, guidance for full year 21 sales, they're $750 million, between $750 and $850 million, to about $900 million to $1 billion versus the $870 million estimated. So they're doing more. They're seeing more sales than the estimate, which is good. And the stock is up almost $2 here pre-market, but big but here, guys, it is still trading in this downwards channel. I mean, we hit 65. That was a lower or a high at that point, and we've hit many lower highs since then. At the same time, we're making lower lows, and we're right at the resistance right now. If I extend this to the right, you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Take a look, $59.50, 60 bucks. That is a big resistance to the point where, and I've mentioned this before, now with the solid earnings report, I think if 60 breaks, we're going to go quite quickly up to the mid-60s, which is going to be about a 5 to a 7% move on DraftKings. So watch out for that one. NNDM is another one that's beaten down today, guys. It is getting crushed today. It is down, excuse me, guys. Pre-market right now, it is down to $10. And earlier in the day, pre-market, and it was down to $8.85, so it's seeing quite a rebound, and overall it is down from 17, almost actually 18.12 is the all-time high. So at one point it was $8.85 pre-market. It was down over 50, well over 50% from its peak, right? So that is a bit worrisome. But if you're looking to buy in the weakness, buy in the red, NNDM should be a screaming opportunity for you, and I'm not buying it yet myself. I don't have any shares at this point in time, but if we're able to break this hourly downtrend, let's say right around 11, 12 bucks to confirm that uptrend, that breakout continuation, that could be a spot where, hey, NNDM could be a good opportunity. Teledoc, they're also down a good chunk. They're down almost 30% from the peak, well in a bear market, and they recently reported earnings, and it seems like a lot of these analysts, did they raise their price targets? It seems like a lot of them raised their price target, or no, some of them dropped them, some of them raised them. Some are saying hold, outperform, buy rating, but overall the sentiment from analysts seems pretty bullish. And what did they do in terms of numbers? I missed their numbers a couple days ago. But either way, it looks like they lost $3.07 per share based on this little number above the bell here on ThinkOrSwim. And this is kind of similar with NNDM. I think it's a bit beaten down. It's still a falling knife. It's not really confirming the breakout. And for TDOC here, this, in my opinion, needs to retake 230 to 235 for me to even consider it. I mean, 235 at this point is a resistance. It's been a resistance ever since middle of July, middle of August, September, October. Even in the beginning of January, 235 was a struggle point. So for me, guys, I'm not rushing into TDOC yet. I'm probably not going to buy any today either. But if we could break 235, maybe today, probably won't though. Never say never though. But even maybe next week, if we break 235, I'm going to set an alert right now. I am looking at TDOC as a serious swing trade with upside potential to the higher 200s. That's my humble opinion. And we'll end off the video here with Apple, guys, AAPL. I am super excited about Apple, and I think right now, clearly, we're holding 120. I'm not sure if that's going to be the bottom for sure. It's not. Based on the technicals, there is more downside. I mean, we do see a death cross here on the 180 SMA, the 50 SMA, or the 180 chart. The 50 SMA cross below the 180 SMA. We are holding 120 now, so there could be a momentum in the short term, maybe up to 127. That is very possible. That was resistance from back in the middle of October, so watch out for that. But if 120 breaks, I said this on YouTube yesterday, I'll say it again, it's probably going to go mid 110s, 114, which I would for sure be buying there. And like I said on YouTube, I'll say it here, I mean, I am looking to buy down heavier as it goes lower. If 114 hits, I'll go heavier. If 108 hits, I'll go even heavier. And if 100 and lower, if it goes lower than 100, I will for sure be going even heavier, guys. So yeah, I mean, that's it. We're going to wrap up the video here, and every Friday, I like to tell this to myself, and now I'll say it to you guys. It's not the best day to force anything, especially it's not the best day to ruin a good week you've already had. I mean, if you already had a good week, Friday is typically a day where I just take it slow, right? And I don't force anything unless it's a screaming opportunity. So we're going to wrap it up there. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hit the like button. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. And don't forget to also get yourself into my DMs. If you guys want to chat, if you want to shoot me any questions, any stocks, shoot me a DM on here. Of course, you guys have that priority access. So I'll see you all later. Good luck today, guys. Keep crushing the markets. Peace out.